Maybe I should be paying attention to all these red flags, but isn't it love at first sight when a girl ignores you before you even get the chance to DM her? Plus, I've already made all these lifestyle changes in preparation for Hitomi being my girlfriend. I've quit the carnivore diet, I even got a haircut. I mean, what more can I do? Although Hitomi has been looking at girls recently, the more the vegan diet messes up her hormones. But let's see if she's made any improvements today. Whoa! Looks like Atomi got a pay raise. I mean, she used to be sponsored by like Audible and Squarespace. Now it's Kroger, a mainstream grocery chain, which is kind of funny because all of that crap they used to shove down Americans' throats, the 11 servings of bread, the corn and soy based slop, the vegetable seed oils, are being repurposed to a plant based vegan diet. Just slap a vegan or plant based label on it and make it green. Then it's healthy.
As many of you know, I have been on the long journey of healing my relationship to food for a while, usually struggling with eating too much or too little. And I've come to realize that no matter what my body looks like as I look through old photos or videos of myself, my mindset has always been that something about me needs to change. I think it's about time that I do the work to change whatever programming always leads me to feel that my body doesn't look good enough. And it really is just a state of mind or a frequency that my brain is used to tapping into because it has nothing to do with anything external and more so just a need for control. So rather than being hard on myself for having negative thoughts about my body or urges to punish myself through food, I really try to send myself extra love in these moments.
I don't know what this eating disorder nonsense is about. The body image stuff. I don't know if she's just trying to play the victim to get people's sympathy and attention. She said it wasn't external, which means, she has no problem playing with all the boys and girls she wants. But it could very well be that, she is trying to relate to the eating disorder crowd. When in reality, she's probably, slinging down sushi on the side because out of all the vegan girls, Hitomi has been looking the best. Especially considering she's been on the diet for I think 4 or 5 years now.
My main priority is always to fill my body with nourishing foods that make it feel so good, and I wanted to share some meal inspo with you today. I love starting every morning with a warm drink, and lately I've been obsessed with golden milk. So this is just a turmeric blend with cardamom, some spices, and some black pepper for best absorption, just mixed with a little bit of oat milk. Good morning. I have my golden milk, which I often drink within 5 minutes, so I'm trying to slow down and pace myself and really enjoy it, but this stuff is so good.
She tries to act all lackadaisical and carefree and natural, yet she puts on a bathing suit, sticks her ass out just for this shot in the video. But she's being spiritual because, she's got bamboo curtains or some BS and she's writing in a notepad. I don't know. In regards to that morning drink, having those seasonings made from seeds and, barks of trees and those very, very high anti-nutrient compounds, flavonoids, polyphenols, is definitely stressing your liver. And normally, when you're consuming animal foods in the diet and you have the B vitamins and the bioavailable minerals to deal with oxidative stress, it's not that big of a deal, but it's definitely not something you want to be dousing your stomach with every single morning.
For breakfast, I made a super simple and nourishing coconut pudding using coconut milk and chia seeds. I seasoned this with vanilla extract and a lot of cinnamon. You can season this so many different ways. I think that using chai spices would be really good, like some cardamom and some nutmeg, but I definitely made enough for a few days, and this particular morning I added some pieces of tangerine and some mint. And I have a scoop of protein powder, chocolate protein powder, that I'm gonna add in just because I am really craving some chocolate.
That wasn't too bad without the chia seeds. Something like organic coconut milk with organic citrus fruits. It's not something horrible to include into your diet. It can actually be pretty healthy. The chia seeds, though, in that volume, a seed, definitely high in anti-nutrients, definitely going to mess up your stomach. And that protein powder is without a doubt some vegan chocolate concoction nonsense. If you were to take some raw cacao powder and put that in instead, that would be a good way to get, the magnesium and the copper she's probably craving. But, with the 10, 15, 20, 30 artificial ingredients they usually put in these vegan protein powders, it's just not good for you. The amino acids, the bioavailable protein, are they saving her from what she's not getting on a vegan diet? Perhaps in a small capacity. It's still not a healthy food. It's still causing oxidative stress and damage to your liver, to your organ systems, and your body remakes its cells every few years. Do you want your cells to be made of that vegan bullcrap?
It's a little bit later now and I'm so hungry. I've been having so many cravings for buffalo chicken, so I'm gonna
Yeah, I
make
wonder
myself
why.
a little bit of a spread. I started out by making a pizza crust.
They don't even
from this
deny it.
gluten-free cauliflower mix by Simple Truth. I don't normally use gluten-free crust, but this one has a really good flavor, so I activated the yeast and added that all in, and then just went in with my hands and made a little dough ball, and I just pricked some holes in it and put it in the oven for a few minutes to cook on its own. And then I just started chopping up this plant-based Simple
that looks-
Truth little chicken patty after adding a bunch of hot sauce to it.
Looks like
And
white
I
mold.
basically just assembled my pizza as you would, adding some Simple Truth vegan cheese that melts and stretches, and then going ahead and adding my buffalo chicken and some celery, some red onions, and then drizzling even more hot sauce on top and putting that in the oven at 410 degrees. And while that was baking, I started cooking up another chicken patty with hot sauce, and I put everything on a big pretzel that I made myself and just loaded it up with romaine and red onion and some celery on the side. And both of these were so delicious, and I will link the recipe to this pretzel down below.
In hindsight, the reason Hitomi probably has a problem with her diet might be related to what's coming out of her bowels. If she's eating that much processed crap every day, it's probably like a steam engine or something. It's probably just like constant stench. At least that's my guess. Now, this meal might not taste horrible by any means, and the reason Hitomi's craving buffalo chicken might be because, her Chad boyfriend watches football on Sundays and eats buffalo chicken, and maybe she had a few bites here and there. Overall, who knows what's in that plant-based chicken patty nonsense. It tends to be the worst of the ingredients. Highly processed soy, pea proteins with vegetable seed oils. Very inflammatory. The chemicals to replicate the flavor of the meat. The cauliflower crust, the tomato sauce, probably not too bad, but again, it's not organic. It's not, as minimally processed as possible. It's very, very heated. That processed dairy cheese, again, likely a similar nutrient profile to the chicken patty, something you don't want to be consuming due to the high omega-6 content, the oxidized fats, the negative chemical ingredients. And she did make some pretzel herself. And ironically, that pretzel might be the healthiest, least inflammatory thing in this meal if it's made with clean ingredients. It's just very hard to get your calories in on a vegan diet while avoiding those highly processed, crappy foods.
Simple Truth has an expanded line of high-quality plant-based offerings, only available at Kroger family of stores, including these on the screen. Their products include Emerge plant-based chickenless grinds and patties, non-dairy cheese slices and shreds, plant-based dips, salad dressings, and so much more. Kroger makes eating plant-based foods easy, enjoyable, and accessible.
Well, Hitomi, I'm glad you're getting paid to poison your friends as well as hundreds of thousands of your followers. I did have a feeling, the chicken patties and some of the stuff she was making in that meal was from Kroger. I just didn't get a look at the packages, but, what we just saw literally confirms that the only reason she made this meal is probably because all of those foods were from Kroger and they want to move those products. And judging by the snake on her arm, I would not trust anything that comes out of this girl's mouth.
It is about to be golden hour. I have this red Trax jacket on. I just have some denim shorts on and then a little tote bag with my book, my journal, and I have my favorite markers to write with. I really love Micron pens, and then I just have this green fine tip pen as well. Crayons also, because I've been really just getting into doodling and drawing.
She's literally a child.
I just really want to go back to what I naturally used to love and enjoy doing before the world told me what was possible or what wasn't, and I feel like I am really doing that. There's even a video of me from when I was 14 saying there's no way I'm going to college because I already know what I want to do and I just want to be good at a trade, so I don't need to go to college for it. Even though I did eventually feel pressured to go to college, and that just ended in a disaster, but I gained very important life lessons and I did not gain student loans, so that is a really big blessing for me in this day and age. I'm just learning more and more to trust, and I've been really reflecting on my path. The seasons are changing, it's fall now, and this year just felt like such accelerated growth and movement and momentum. At least energetically, everything is so quickly rising to the surface to be witnessed and shifted. Paradigms are shifting, the masculine and feminine is really, I feel like the feminine really is rising. More women are coming together in their power and strength, and just a lot of important conversations are going on in the world, and I think that's a lovely thing.
Not this one.
And so I've just been reflecting on, wow, all the
Jesus.
blessings that I've encountered on my path, and honestly how many miracles have unfolded, and that just really reminds me to trust, to keep on trusting, because I had so many moments where I wasn't sure how anything was going to work out, but I just knew that it would, and everything did just unfold so divinely. And some of my lowest moments were the most pivotal and life-changing and important and impactful for myself and my character, and it just makes me want to trust deeper and deeper that everything is going to be better than okay.
I gotta give Hitomi some credit because this is more coherent than her usual ramblings. I think about 15% of what she said makes some sense, but it's kind of funny because she's talking about all this stuff, but all she's been doing for the past few years, to my understanding, is crapping her brains out on a vegan diet, playing with a bunch of girly dudes and doodly girls in tree houses and her apartments, and getting vegan sponsorships and making YouTube videos. So I don't understand what's going on. Maybe I'm missing something, but you know, the nice thing about potentially being partners with Hitomi is that, you know, if she says something, you don't really have to respond to it because she's kind of in her own world.
But yeah, I think I'm not going to eat anything else for dinner because I am pretty full and it's pretty late. And personally, everyone's diet is going to be completely different. How much you need will be completely different, but I didn't do too much movement today and I am just not that hungry. So I'm going to show you my dinner for tomorrow night. This dressing is so good. So I just used the coconut yogurt, some cucumber shredded, and a bunch of za'atar, garlic powder, and salt and pepper. And I just squeezed some lemon and some olive oil into one little bowl and mixed that all up. This is so simple and so delicious. I've been eating a version of this since I was really young with the za'atar and some Greek yogurt, but putting it into a dressing is just next level. And this is just romaine, falafel, red onion, cucumber, and that's about it.
At face value, we can't really assume that the food she's eating is organic or free of pesticides and herbicides. And one thing that's really overlooked in the context of a vegan diet is how many chemicals are people sucking down with these high water, these high volume plant-based diets. And if that wasn't a concern, you know, with this previous meal, it all looked okay up until she threw the falafel in there, which is definitely an omega-6 concern. And as I said earlier, it's very difficult to get your calories in on a vegan diet while avoiding those processed high omega-6 linoleic acid oxidized fat foods in the form of falafel, the chicken patties, the cauliflower crust, whatever the stuff she was having earlier. And you can do it. You can make this stuff in a healthy way that's lower omega-6 with coconut base, fried in coconut oil, stuff like that. But it's very time consuming and labor intensive, and most vegans aren't really aware or concerned about their omega-6 intake. Thank you guys for joining me today. If I ever completely lose my mind and start spouting crazy nonsense, I know who my roommate in the jungle should be. So if you guys could please like the video, leave a comment down below, let me know how you like this. And if you guys do want to support me and high quality animal foods, you can check out frank-stefano.com for all that stuff. But outside of that, I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video.